Hello everyone, welcome to the first Meta video ever. This is Insane. I tried to record this yesterday. I was talking too quietly, but I don't know if this is a good volume. But you know what? I'm gonna try. And that's what I support on this. Basically, as you probably know if you clicked on this guy called Tyler Catastrophe, and he has a very large fixation on a certain creator called Wilbursuit. Wilbursuit, also known as Will Gold, which Tyler refers to him to, which I feel like is kind of odd because, you know, like, if somebody goes by a stage name, like, for example, why is it so hard to think of somebody who goes by a stage name? The man, like, I don't know. Nobody really calls people by their real name if they go by a stage name, like, unless parasocial, obviously, which Tyler obviously is, but, you know, um, also, yeah, this is recorded on a laptop. But yeah, I think so. Roll the Will Gold summary, and I'm gonna talk about the main issue with. Also, making you like yourself the villain in a situation that involves Wilbur is absolutely insane. Like, how do you achieve that? This is the Wilbur suit summary. Yes, I look like GTK, Jeff the Killer. You know what is niche, guys? Okay, no, my hair's not coming down right, and that's really pointy red. Um, okay, right, so don't cancel me for with the AI overview. This is once again unscripted. Oh yeah, also I have flash on. Hello. The dark was a bit scary. Um, William Patrick Spencer Gold, known professionally as Wilbur Suit, simply Wilbur, is an English, English YouTuber and musician. He became known in 2017 for his work within oh my god, yeah. No wait, this isn't on screen share, sorry. Um for his work with the comedy group channel Suit House, I don't know what that is. Where he made reoccurring oh wait, hold on, this is Wikipedia and was the leader, editor and co-founder. This might not be true, so I'm just gonna read the Wikipedia thing. He was born March he wasn't born March 2019, sorry. Um Member of Lovejoy. Yeah, he's a member of Lovejoy. Yeah, he's met this guy called Jared before. And there's like that thing. Was it with like the spray bottle? And he's like that. Okay, guys, don't censor that. Um, I'm into this. Gold released his first single, "The Nice Guy Ballad," in January 2018. His first single, "You're No Boyfriend," is that the Jared one? I don't know, honestly. Larp, 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 larp. Peaked at number 64. Should have peaked it. No, not stop myself. I'm gonna she peaked at number 64 on the UK singles chart. Gold is a co-founder of. Did anyone see that spell? Should I put an epilepsy warning for this? Is this considered a flashing light? Am I gonna kill somebody? Sorry. But here's one of the songwriters, lead vocalist, and album guitarist. They re- they released Pebble Brain second EP, which debuted at number 12 in the UK album chart. I'm so joyful about this. It reminds me of this guy I saw. No, this guy that was taking my McDonald's order the other day. He was like, "What drink do you want?" No, I can't do it right. "What drink do you want with that?" Okay, what's the drink with that? We have a Smarties or McFlurry Oreo. Lovely, lovely wee soul. Lovely wee soul. You know, I can't get out that voice now because I do voices a lot. I was doing a voice at the start of this video. Well, no, this is the start of the video. Okay, I'm recording this after I recorded the rest of the video. So that's why, you guys get me. Right, GTK out, guys. Okay, so I actually left out the most important part of that whole segment. Okay, it's really dark now. But the whole important part was, no, I can't have that when I'm talking about this. Was that he abused this streamer person. I don't really know that much about her. I just know like, so obviously he's on like a higher ground from her because I know who he is. I don't really know that much about Shabu, but she seems really sweet and cool. But like, she was abused by him and stuff. He bit her when she told him to stop. He also was like really dirty, and his excuse for that was like, "Oh yeah, she'll clean her up when she gets here," which is not cool, obviously. So yeah, and Tyler Catastrophe, as you'll see later, just blanks on the fact that that happened, and he's like, even being like an abuse victim himself, he's just like, no, I don't believe Robert Sutton's abuser, which obviously is a big issue because quite everyone else, well, most other people agree that he is. So it's a bit of an ish him, not an ish me. Wait, hold, that doesn't even work. That came from that is not an. That sounds like an ish you. That's not. Sounds like an ish you, not an ish me. Yeah, yeah. You know. Right. Okay, that's the end of the Wilbur summary. Actually, now. Okay, so now that you know a bit more about Mr. Wilbur and him as a person, let's get into main character, I guess. The whole thing, honestly, is really giving main character energy, because, like, you're thinking you're in, like, a Wattpad story, and he's, like, gonna be like, oh my god. And also, something I forgot to mention, there isn't really any indication that Wilbur, likes men. So, to me, it really reminds me of, like, when women clearly state they're a lesbian, and a guy's like, hey, I could change that. Like, no, you can't. And also, Tyler can't change that, you know? So it really, it's just weird.
I have had a crush on Will Gold since 2019 when I heard him laugh in the background of someone else's video.
In the background too, like, how do you, nobody's really talking about the fact that it's just like laughing in the background. Did he see him? Or was it just like, haha, oh my god, whoa.
And it felt like life itself leaned in to listen.
I don't want to make this too much about him being cringe because there's really much like bigger issues to talk about. But
Which is really inconvenient for me because I'm very much a one soul at a time kind of person. So once I develop a crush, virtually no one else stands a chance ever.
yeah, there's a lot of people like that, like me. But dude, I don't think that counts if you don't know him. Also, from a laugh, people laugh all the time. Do you fall in love with like every person you see in the street? No.
And at the time, I had just broken off a terrible engagement to a guy who didn't even fucking like me. And since then, I have only briefly dated one other person who was wonderful, but it didn't work out. And so, in all of that time, regardless of how many people have tried and been interested in me, I have not been able to find the interest for any single one of them. Because I have a fucking crush on a guy I have interacted with once. And I don't even officially.
When somebody you find attractive as a celebrity, and like this is where like you find someone attractive as a celebrity, and this is where like actually knowing somebody and having like romantic feelings and a crush on them are like they're far away, and what his level of emotions towards Wilbur is down here. He's acting like it's so much more. But, like this is a behavior of like, sorry, oh my god, this is like the behavior of somebody that's like, I don't know, 11 and on like 4chan. No, not 4chan. I mean, I was LARPing, no, not 4chan, actually. And, well, I don't know what 4chan is, but like, dude. I've never been on it. I was LARPing that, like, I don't know, like, what you call it? What did I make? Like, AO3, Wattpad stuff.
And I don't even officially know his sexuality. That's a whole other thing. And I have tried. I have tried so hard to move on from this, to let it go, because I want so badly for it not to cross over into parasocial territory. But in like the 7 minutes that we spoke to each other, one, every time we made eye contact, I thought my heart was gonna fucking burst out of my chest and fly away.
Yeah, that's like a really big issue because if your like real life romance scene is being affected by some guys like laugh in the background. No, I need to stop talking about that because obviously I looked them up after that. But like somebody's laugh, like, and all of a sudden you can't like, dude. Seriously, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance at life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
My head just shut off and my mouth had a mind of its own. And anyone who knows me and has ever met me knows that I don't get nervous about people. What the hell was that?
the way he like says like interacted with. You haven't the, for a bit of background context, if you don't know what's going on here, um, his interaction with him was at a meet and greet, which I guess it is an interaction, but he doesn't state that here. He's like making it seem like he walked up to him in the street or like met him at a bar and was like, "Hey," but like, no, that's not what happened. You were like, "Oh, hi, meet and greet. Can I get a picture?" Not the same thing. Like,
Somehow managed to make me want to write music again, something I have not done since my last band broke up in 2019 and I got hit by a car and couldn't sing anymore. And I can sing again now. It took several years, but I got it back because I'm amazing. But how dare you pull my spark back out from underneath the ashes I spent years burying it under because it hurt too much to think about in like 2 sentences.
now, it's one thing being inspired by somebody, but like, I'm pretty sure this was something as a ploy to get into Lovejoy, and like, I don't know, slowly walk up behind Wilbur. But like, if that's the only reason you might get back into music, no. But like, as I said, it's fine to be inspired by somebody, but that's obviously not.
For he failed to take a selfie with me because he was operating on like iPhone settings and I have an Android and I accidentally called him adorable, and immediately wanted to swallow my fucking tongue. Because you don't flirt with people when they're working. That's rude. I paid to. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Hey, I have an Android through. Told you, same job with people. Devils. I've actually had the opportunity to switch to an iPhone before, but I've just like never done that. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't need that. Like,
Point is, it's a whole thing that I would like to no longer have to deal with. And all of this is made worse because I have been recognized at every single concert I've been to in the past year and a half, including 2 of his. And I've been on the Lovejoy Nation podcast twice. So no matter how many times I try to sweep this out of the rug and move on with my life, there's always that little thing in the back of my head saying, there's a non-zero chance. Oh my god. So basically, the way I see it, I finally say fuck it. I make this video. I say it all out loud to the ether that is the internet. Worst case scenario, he sees it. He says, hey, not for me. I move on with my life. It's fine. I'm an adult. Who cares? I'll take a no over uncertainty any day of the week. Neutral option. Nothing happens. Oh well, I guess. Best case scenario, you know? Because honestly, it doesn't matter what I'm doing any day ever for the rest of my life. If he was like, hey, do you want to get dinner or something? I'd say yes. Obviously, I'm delusional. It's fine. But at this point, I'm just so over the not doing anything about the things that I want. You know? What's up with that? No one gets anywhere that way.
guys, see if you really didn't want to have to deal with it anymore. Why are you sitting making videos online that was like destined to blow up? And like when something blows up, there will be archivers, and your video, even if you delete it, will be online for the rest of your life. So even if you don't like Mr. Well Gold anymore, you just have to deal with the fact that, I don't know, your video's out there, there's a video of you saying that, there's a video of you being embarrassing over it, like, dude. Okay, so here is the video of him saying, like, he doesn't, what do you call it, he doesn't think Will is an abuser, and, like, I just, like, the most recent bit of if I'm saying that, is just because it's more up to date, I guess.
I do not think that Wilbur Soot is an abuser. This is just a reminder that I still feel that way. I've been doing more covers recently, and several of them have been Lovejoy songs because I fucking love Lovejoy. So I've been getting a lot of comments and DMs asking if I still support Will, which the answer is yes. I'm not the kind of person to hide my opinions, and if I think it's an important opinion, I usually will share it. So if my opinion had changed, I would have said it. So go watch that video all the way through if you want. It's like 6 minutes long, but you asked, so yeah, here I am, almost a year later, same opinion, just a little bit more annoyed. I want more Lovejoy songs, I'm gonna be honest. I need new music. Life is too stale.
Basically, I forgot to say, like, we don't really go over it, but in that video, the original video is just, like, his own experience to invalidate Shovel. But even, like, it's at the point where, like, he was, like, what was that one girl, like, Nature or something? He bit her. So, like, that there's more than one person. He's basically, he's, like, a violent person, you know. That's really all I want to go into on his opinions of whether Will was an abuser or not, because I want to keep this, like, as lighthearted as possible. But, like, that's, like, a big issue, you know. It's just weird. Like, that crosses. It's worse than being parasocial. Well, he's that way because he is parasocial, but you know, you get it.